understand what is so hard about correcting other people when they misgender others. Like, it takes you like 2 seconds, but you know what it takes for me to have to constantly do that? A lot of fucking unnecessary emotional labor that I already have to take on a daily basis just to fucking exist and be who I am. But you don't have the energy to speak up and say something on my behalf? And I just have to keep white-knuckling this?
So for me, gender is complicated because I would rather not be associated with it to the point where I would rather not be a human or even an animal. I would like to be an inanimate object. So I use its pronouns, but nobody uses them for me. I just have them in my bio. Nobody's comfortable with them. But I would like people to use them because that further removes me from the gender binary to the point where I am just an object. Just a piece of grass, if you will. So I would just like to not be a human being, let alone have a gender.
It's extremely offensive that I include non-binary and trans men in my discussion about birth. You're on the wrong page. My goal is to be inclusive and non-judgmental because that's what I'm supposed to do as a doula. That's my job. And so when I'm giving birth tips, I'm going to include all of the people who give birth. If I was your doula and you identified as a woman and a mother, then I would call you a woman as a mother. But on TikTok, I'm talking to the general population of all people who give birth. My goal is to lower the maternal mortality rate in the United States. And maybe that should be your goal too. And non-binary and trans men are extremely vulnerable to adverse birth outcomes. So if you truly cared about people and the lives of birthers, then you would care about them also having access to birth support. Rant over.
Here we have another veteran teacher who's insisting on the use of boys and girls in the classroom. Why is it so necessary to constantly remind kids of the gender binary with norms that we as a society literally made up? It's the same thing as saying, okay, talls and shorts, okay, blondes and brunettes. Not only does it divide the blondes from the brunettes, but it also leaves out the redheads. Statistically, redheads are pretty rare, but they exist. Biologically, socially, emotionally. Even if you don't like redheads or you've never met a redhead, dividing boys and girls constantly creates a disparity between the two and leaves out intersex children, non-binary children, and transgender children. It is disrespectful, it is hateful, and it invalidates another human's personhood.
Dreaming, take one or two to the face and